Hello, my name is Sophie and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I'd take you through my 2024 bullet journal setup. I know some people, when they're setting up their bullet journal, set up for the entire year. The way I've done it is that I have a bunch of annual stuff at the front of my journal that I refer to throughout the entire year, and then I set up my monthly spreads per month. But I think the kind of big setup is my annual stuff, and then the monthly stuff. My monthly spreads haven't changed a lot for like the last 2-3 years, so they will look much the same throughout the rest of the year, though I can continue to show you them if you're interested in that. Please do let me know. So without further ado, let me show you my journal. So setting up my camera to actually show you my journal has been more difficult than anticipated, but I've tried my best. So this is the front of my journal. The lettering I printed and cut using my Cricut machine, so I picked the font on the Cricut Design Space software, and then I actually printed it twice. The background colour is actually a dark green, though I think it does look a bit black, and then I printed it in this gold glitter, and then when I applied them I just gave it a slight offset to make it look a little bit like it has a drop shadow. And then these stickers, they're like spacey themed stickers that I picked up from Hobbycraft, but they're a little bit 3D, so I didn't want to use them inside the journal, otherwise it makes the journal end up being really chunky and it gets harder to write in. So I wanted to use them on the front. I started by just putting like 4 stickers on, and then I just covered the whole thing. But actually these stickers I think are glow in the dark. I don't really see my journal in the dark very often, but it's a cool little bonus. It has no purpose, but I enjoy it either way. Let's go on to, this is just my kind of opening spread, my title page for want of a better word. Again, I printed these numbers using Cricut. I printed like a bigger version on one vinyl and then a smaller version on another vinyl and just layered them together. We've got craft paper, we've got washi tape, we've got stickers, we've got an old book that was water damaged that I'm now using as background. Full of stickers. Yes, I have bluey stickers. They make me happy, and that's the important thing with this journal. I wish I had something more interesting to say, but I really don't. That's the title page. Then we move on to my goals page. Again, I used my Cricut to make these header titles for the goals, the personal, professional, the home, and the 10 things. I did a whole video talking about my goals for 2024 if you want to hear about this in more detail, but from an aesthetic, in a journal point of view, I literally just used some washi tape, put the Cricuted vinyl over the top, and then wrote in my goals, and then added stickers and more craft paper for accents, because stickers are the way to save you if you're actually not very artsy crafty. I think I'm quite a crafty person, like I love arts and crafts, but I'm not actually very artistic. But I am good at picking which stickers to put where, so I make the most of that. After that I have my like kind of calendar pages. I've experimented with many different forms for this over the years, but I found this is the most efficient one for me, where I literally just split each page into 2 and then write the days of the month and put in my plans as and when. I don't know if you can see, I have quite faint grey lines that marks out the week, so I know what day of the week each day corresponds to. And then this year I've given each month like a colour highlighter theme, which will then correspond to the monthly spreads that I do later in the journal. But you'll see that this January colour will come back later. And then one of the sticker sets that my mum got me for my birthday had all these like special day stickers, so I've used some of them. A lot of them were for a kind of American holidays, so they're not so relevant to me, but yeah, I'm really pleased with how these have turned out in the end. And then obviously this is the first 4 months of the year, then we have the middle 4 months of the year, and the last 4 months of the year, all in different colours. Very exciting. Then we move on to, I have this 2025 calendar just because it's useful, especially towards the end of the year, to have somewhere to make note of any significant dates that crop up. I had a version of this in my 2023 journal, but I only had this kind of year at a view page. I didn't have this second page, so it meant that when I was actually making notes over here, everything got really cramped. So having this page to actually just write things out and explain things, I think will be much more useful. So I'll highlight the dates on this page and then write out what they correspond to on this page. And I'm really pleased aesthetically with how this looks. I think it all looks really cohesive and I'm really pleased with it. I don't normally have this post-it note at the bottom of the page, but there's a couple of trackers that I don't really fancy sharing on the internet, so we're going to skip over those and move on to my savings tracking. Now I have 3 savings accounts, and this is where I'm going to track my savings for the year. Obviously very empty because it is the beginning of the year and I've not done any savings yet, but this is another one where I'm really pleased with how it looks. Then on the next page we have more trackers, because apparently 2024 is the year of the trackers, so I'm tracking how many pages I've read every day. So I've got pages from physical reads up here, and then I've got a breakdown of minutes for audiobook listening, because I do actually listen to quite a few audiobooks, and then I've got this little tick for finished books, which you can see corresponds over here. I think that will look really cute when the whole year's filled in. Same with the mood tracker. I'm adding more kind of moods as I go along, but this one's more just for fun. And I've got a cute little bingo sticker down here. We love bingo. On the next page we have my work year in pixels. I'm kind of at a point where I'm working for, I'm kind of doing part-time work for a few different companies and places rather than having a 9-to-5 40-hour work week, so I thought it might be interesting to see how that breaks down throughout the year. So I've got that over here, and then over here I have what I call my spending planner. So I've just got a section for each month of the year, and I've marked out significant events that happen in each of those months, so like birthdays and things. So basically I can plan my spending ahead of time rather than having like November I've got my anniversary and my dad's birthday and Black Friday, which, okay, Black Friday isn't really an event, but it's a thing where I spend money, so it's making sure that I have enough money ahead of time for when that month comes around. So I'm trying to plan things out and trying to be a bit smarter with money this year. We'll see how that goes. I can't foresee it going particularly well. Then this is where I have some more empty pages, but they will get filled out throughout the year. One of my goals for this year is that I want to complete a new craft project every single month, whether it's one of my cross stitch kits, whether it's another Cricut project, which is how I made this title, anything. And I thought making a little diary of the things I've made would be a nice little way to document it. So when I've finished a project, I'll take a picture, print it out and stick it in here, and then by the end of the year hopefully I'll have a nice collage of all the things I've made throughout the year. And this principle is repeated on the next couple of pages, because one of my other goals is that I want to try a new recipe from one of my recipe books every month. So again, I thought I could print out the pictures of all the things I've cooked throughout the year and put them in here. Again, I'm going to do a similar thing with date nights. My husband and I don't make enough time to actually go on dates, so I thought once a month we can make an effort to actually do something together. And again, I thought it'd be nice to document it, to have either 12 pictures, maybe more pictures of all the things we get up to this year. Thought this could be cute. Next we move on to, oh no, we got this. I forgot about this page. I thought I'd make like a 2024 inspiration page, so some of these pictures are related to some of my goals, some of them are just kind of aesthetic pictures like the ballet shoes. I just love ballet. I do my own ballet classes, but my feet don't look like this. Yes, this is just a nice little montage of a bunch of pictures that I thought would kind of, will hopefully represent my year. And then again, I made this title with my Cricut, so this is just like a green vinyl. There's some tissue paper in the background. I've enhanced it with stickers and I'm really pleased with how it looks actually. I printed out all these pictures on sticker paper, so rather than having to glue them all in individually, I just peeled the sticky back plastic off and stuck them in, and I thought that was very convenient. The printer wasn't particularly good. You can see the lines of the printing down some of the darker pictures, but it's all right. It's only for me. It's not like it's going anywhere. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that. I literally did that yesterday. Very pleased with it. Then we move on to the January spreads. So this is where the monthly spreads go, and this is where it will start to get very repetitive throughout the year, because the rest of my spreads will look almost exactly the same. So on this first page I've just got some of my goals for the year, my goals for the month. So the way that I make my yearly goals achievable is that I break them down by month, but then I left a lot of the goal planning until January this year, so most of these goals are related to planning my goals out, if that makes any sense at all. Maybe a little bit meta, but that's all my goal related notes. A general overlook calendar of things that are going on, and you know, like plans I've made and dentist appointments, all the boring stuff. Then we move on to, I have a calendar of my husband's work because he does not have a traditional 9 to 5 job and he is here, there and everywhere. So I like to know where he is and where he's going. And for the sake of safety on the internet, I've covered it up. That felt like a sensible thing to do. Then I have some of my monthly tasks. They're not really goals per se, they're just things that I want to do and I've been meaning to do. A lot of these tasks have been on this list for months. I just haven't got around to doing them yet. But maybe I will. They're there and sometimes I transfer them over to my weekly spreads and sometimes I don't. It's there so I don't forget to do them. This is a new one for me this month because I haven't had to make a content plan for a really long time, but this is my first attempt at content planning. I don't really love how this spread turned out. I'm definitely going to change it a bit when it comes around again in February, but for now it's working fine. It's, yeah, I've colour coded it for the different things, the YouTube, the blog and the TikTok. There's not much more to say about that. That's my content plan. I don't like it. I will be changing it next month, but I don't know what to yet. So there's that. Then we have my habit trackers. I wasn't really into trackers before last year, but I found this is a really good way of keeping me accountable. So the things that I track are whether I've done my daily Duolingo, whether I've taken my meds, whether I've done my 1 second every day clip. I'm using an app called Noom, which is like a psychological based weight loss app, which I don't really want to talk about, so I'm going to gloss over, but I have to do some daily reading for that, so it's tracking that. Meeting my daily step goal, exercise, calorie deficit, whether I've drunk enough water, which I clearly have not done much this year. And then I have my bookish ones at the bottom, so when I finish a book, when I post on my Bookstagram and when I post on my book talk. And then at the bottom here I have a few weekly tasks, which are updating my portfolio Instagram, doing some creative writing and doing something artistic / musical, which refers to either using my musical instruments or actually practicing drawing on my iPad, but clearly not doing much of that either. Then we move over to the spending tracker. I'm really pleased with, I cut the kind of top part of this page off, so it's like an extra double pagey flippy page thing. And this is just where I track my bills and my spending. Obviously I'm not going to share that on the internet, but I have a page for the joint account and then on the other page I have my personal account, but I don't want to share that, so I'm not going to. Nice. Then we move over to arguably one of my favourite pages in these monthly spreads, and that's my highlight of the day and my gratitude for the day. Gratitude is something I'm trying really hard to practice, and just having one line to think of one thing I'm grateful for every day is a really good place for me to start. So I really enjoy filling those in. On the next page you've got another bookish based spread. This is my TBR for the month. These are the books that I finished, and this is where I track how much I've read every day, but in words rather than colours. So it's kind of repeating the pixel tracker I've got at the front of the book, but it's just something I like to have. And then this is something that I added literally in December last year, but I want to carry on using this year, where I total up how many pages and minutes I listened to or read books. That one's just for fun really. Then we move on to the weekly spreads. This is generally how I use it of a week, but I'm going to take it over to a blank one because I feel like it's too personal to share a filled in one. So this is what a blank weekly spread looks like. I've got a slot up here for where Lucas will be working, which I find really useful. I just put the place that he's going to. Here I have a slot for some notes, whatever notes I want to make. And I've got what week of the year it is, the dates, and then a place to plan out all my tasks and things I need to achieve in a week. I've done this purely based on how many lines there are in the journal, but Monday to Friday each have 4 slots, and then Saturday and Sunday have 5 slots each. And then I have this spare page at the end of the month where I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with it yet. I might print some more pictures, I might use it to kind of make notes of things I need to remember for February, and that's everything I've got planned so far. The rest is literally a blank slate. Very exciting. That's my whole bullet journal. I've already taken up, I think, nearly 50 pages of the journal, and I think there's only 250 pages in the whole thing, so this might be the first year for a while where I actually get close to filling the entire journal. Yeah, I'm on page 45 of 250, so who knows whether we'll make it through the whole year in one journal, but we'll see. I'm really pleased with my journal for this year, and I hope you've enjoyed taking a little look inside with me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you next time with another video. Bye!